For all my short guys out there and people that don't skip leg day, this tutorial is for you.
Got 'em running plays like they run it in a race. Swish. I just wanna ball. Swish. I just wanna ball. Swish.
What's up, you guys? Your boy Eddie Maximilian back again for another video. In today's video, we're going to be lowering the 2023 Kawasaki ZX10R. This tutorial is going to apply from 2020 to present day. Just gonna go over some tools that we're gonna need for the job. We're gonna need impact driver, a ratchet, assorted Allen keys, long ones preferably, assortment set of wrenches, ratcheting wrenches would be preferred, hook tool, hook removal tool, 14 deep, a 12 deep as well. I have an assortment of different deep and shorty sockets here, a T40 or a 6 Allen, an extension, a hook, a swivel, some L Allens, small ones, needle nose, rubber mallet, some type of punch or extension tool, and there might be some more in the video, but off the top of my head, these are the main things you're going to be needing. And then to lower the front and the rear, you're going to need one of these and maybe a couple of garage dogs, right baby girl? Just to show you what it's like currently, I am 5'1", 5'2" with boots on. I cannot touch the ground with stock height. So this is me. This is me right now. And this is tiptoeing on my left foot. I can't touch the ground. So we're gonna load the bike up on the lift and take weight off the suspension by putting it on a rear stand. Let's take a look at what we have to replace here. Let's take a closer look. So here go the links. What I like about these is it's very hard to mess it up as installation because they do have it labeled. The window refers to inside these little holes. See the thread inside of there? You never want to have this extended all the way to the point where there's no thread in that window. There has to be some thread in that window, otherwise the installation is incorrect or you're going way beyond the limits of the lowering link. To lower it while it's on the bike, you turn the knuckle and it'll lower the entire thing. And then you need to replace these to accept this connection. And then here's our nice beefy Brox kickstand. So let's go to the bike. For us to gain access to the links, we're gonna take off the rear sets on both sides, and that'll give us plenty of room to work with. So impact driver helps a lot. These are 6s. It doesn't come off with the impact driver, then you're gonna have to do it manually, but normally these come out. Just hang this off like that. We're gonna remove this bolt, this bolt, this bolt, and then down here at the bottom of the dog link, that bolt right in there. And we're also gonna remove the opposite side so we see what we're working with. Okay, so here we have access to the opposite side. This top one looks like it's gonna be a little bit of annoying to get. The best way to get to it would be to remove the rear mud guard. The rear mud guard is a 5mm. Okay, so now we have access to that top nut there. Yeah, this is a 14. I'm assuming it's 14 on the other side as well. So we're going to grab our extension with an impact driver and a 14 deep. And see if we could crank it loose from this side, just with the impact. Yep, that comes right out. The tricky one is going to be the one up here because we don't have clearance. Instead of having to remove the exhaust and the rear wheel to get a good amount of leverage, we're going to try a impact with an extension, a swivel, and a shorty 14. And we're gonna slip it right under here and guide it into the nut right there. And let's see if that cranks it loose. Hopefully it does. All right, whew. All right, so take that one out. Okay, now what we're gonna do, now we have all the hardware removed, besides the bottom one, right under here. We can get through it, through the chain, underneath the chain with the slack. We're going to put a jack underneath the motor, take some weight off the suspension, and then we'll be able to, all the links and everything much easier without there being any type of resistance. Okay, the last bolt underneath. There we go. All right, everything's out. We have weight off the suspension, so this should slide out. Yeah, okay. This one's removed. Pretty much aligns. It's nearly identical in alignment, but I think this extra gap here is what allows us to put the new link in. But the holes are exactly the same. See if we can smack these out with like a punch or an extension. Yeah. These come right out. Should be able to slide it out the other side. Let's see what. Okay. Oh my God! Look at the clearance on this bolt. There's no clearance on that swing arm to come out. How's that gonna work? Oh. No, bike has to be raised. If I pull it, okay, here we go. I think if I just pull it enough, it'll come out. Okay. All right, cool. All right, so come on this side. I want to show everybody what I did. This back bolt is a bit of a problem. To get it out, it hits the swing arm. Take the strut and pull it in this way, and then you can pop the bolt out that way. And it's a little bit of a problem because when you raise the jack and it's on a stand, if I don't hold the whole bike this way, the bike can literally fall that way. It's in the air right now. So definitely have to be careful. You have to hold the whole bike in place. Take the bolt out. Second dog link removed, and then the bolt is in here. There's that pesky bolt. That comes out. And then the last thing is the dog link right under there. This. Yeah, this thing's got to come out. And to do that, we get underneath here. We're going to pop this bottom bolt out, slide it out the other side, that one, and then this whole link slides right out. Boom. This is the adjustable part. The longer the link, the lower the bike is going to be. The shorter the link, the higher the bike is going to be. I'm going to go ahead and take a smidge pressure off. Okay, off of that. Okay, so I switched the lowering or the jacking point on the bike from the oil pan to right underneath the swing arm, and we're gonna go up a little bit just so that we have some room to work on. And I think this should be just enough. We're gonna swap Brock links, and the Brock should be facing outwards. It also comes with these plastic kind of like spacers. These got to get removed. This is just for packaging purposes so it doesn't get messed up and shipping. So we're gonna take those out. Then we're gonna line these up just like they were on the bike before, just like this. And all the bolts go in like so. Line all those up and then tighten it up with the 3 nuts. So just reverse the process. So we're gonna do that now. Okay, so yeah, these spacers gotta go inside the shock here, right in that hole. One side, same thing on the other side. Then we're gonna take our Brocs and hopefully be able to get this bolt in that back part. Okay, we'll line up the middle one first. Like that. I think I might have to, oh, there we go, okay, yeah. I'm gonna raise it some more. Now we got room. Geez, that would suck. Okay, so, all right, I'm gonna see if I can punch it in. There we go. So now that our the top bolt and the middle bolt is in, we're gonna put this one in as well. Put on the top, put that one in, and the middle. Yeah, there's like 1 or 2 threads to grab by hand, and then we could tighten it. Let's see the top bolt. Top bolt should have enough. There's no need for Loctite for these because these are locking nuts. So once we torque it down, you don't have to really worry about it too much. Okay, so next we're gonna replace this one. We have to use these spacers here. Pop these out, just slide them out with the finger. And then just insert them in here. Yeah. Okay, just to be safe, I am going to add a little bit of grease, seeing as this is never going to pop out again. So we're just going to add some red grease, basic red grease. Let that on. There we go. This one out. Red grease. There we go. I'm gonna start like this. So 2 Brocs, same side, nothing on the back. One side says lower and the other side says lower. On both sides, no matter which side you're looking at it from the bike, you'll be able to see which way is lower. So we're gonna go under here and slide the bottom one into the swing arm cavity here and get in there. Okay, that one's in. I'm gonna put the bottom bolt in through here so we have it secure. Okay. Okay. So now we're gonna pivot the whole dog link and slide it into the new Brocs links. And it's a smidge off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lower the jack a little bit until it lines up, and then I'm gonna put the bolt in. All right, so I gotta raise it up until it lines up.
Put it with the hole. I can see it. Move the swing arm towards the hole.
I got it.
Lines up.
Okay. Here, put this bolt in there. All the way. Does it go more? Okay, perfect. Then we put the other nut on top. All right, so we're gonna tighten everything up with, what was it, 14s. And I'm gonna grab a wrench for the other side. Hold it right there. Hold this right there. It's gonna hold it right there. Okay, all right, that's good. And now I'm gonna tighten the bottom one. All right, so now that we have all 3 bolts and nuts installed on the Brock's links and the adjustable window link, so here and these 3, now we're gonna go ahead and lower the bike from the jack and see how much clearance it makes with the stock settings that it came with. We are going to be able to adjust the lowering 17. Okay. Yeah, that is much lower because the kickstand is now not able to keep it up. All right, so the rear mud guard is going to go back on. Then I'm taking the bike off the lift to put the weight of a rider onto the bike, and also have to change out the kickstand because now that it's lower, the stock kickstand won't support standing the bike up because it's at an angle. Yeah, I can barely get this tool in there now. Probably should have tightened this before I lower the bike, but it's okay. It's all right, guys. For YouTube. We have to replace the stock kickstand with this one. That's how much difference there is from stock to the Brock's. So we're gonna have to remove this spring. Also decouple the kickstand safety switch, which is this. Underneath the kickstand safety switch, there is a cotter pin on the bolt that holds the kickstand onto the frame. I wasn't able to remove this with my regular tool, so I went out and I went to Advanced Auto Parts, got myself one of these beautiful hook tools. This is gonna make my job way easier to remove this spring. So how do you remove it? You just stick it into here and then pull as hard as you can. And we want to remove this spring off of here and just let it hang. So we're gonna go ahead and pull that out. Okay, so put this to the side because we're gonna reuse this to connect it to our Brock's. Okay, so put that to the side. Now this is dangling, we need a Phillips. We're gonna make sure we get the right size, and it's gotta go in there securely. So that is secure. If it has any play, you got the wrong screwdriver and it's gonna strip that little screw and then you're screwed. There we go. You gotta go real slow, otherwise it's very easy to strip this screw because it's aluminum. And they probably put a lot of Loctite on this thing. Okay, it's already loose. Okay, so we don't have to take it out all the way. Now, we have to remove this little cotter pin here. And we're gonna just use a couple of pick tools. Straighten these out. go. And we're just gonna slide this up. Grab it from the top. There we go. That takes that out. Put that to the side. I think we can reuse it. And then this bolt on the back is actually a 14. Just gonna okay. All right, that one comes out. Kickstand out. New kickstand in. So a little sleeve where the 14 millimeter rests in goes in there, and then this goes through here like so. So slide the Brocs in, slide your 14 in by hand as far as it goes, then go ahead and tighten it up with the wrench. Then there is no nut that goes on it. We just put the cotter pin back in. Cotter pin goes back in. I've got a handy dandy Harbor Freight cotter pin assortment box. I'm gonna grab our smallest one. Cotter pin in, nice and smooth. And we're going to spread it one out that way and one out. There we go. Then we're gonna put our safety switch back on and tighten it back up. Spring goes on there. Now we're gonna pull with our spring puller this over this thing right here. Yeah, you gotta have one of these. It's really hard to pull that with any sort of leverage unless you have one of these. So test the kickstand. Yep, for mobility, and the kill switch still works. Very good. Okay, so now kickstand is on, lowering links are on. We're going to reinstall our rear set. I'm gonna put some blue Loctite on this just in case, because we don't want that coming off. Okay, perfect. Same thing on the other side, reinstall the rear set. All right, let's test it out. It does feel much, much lower. Kickstand down. Ooh, that's super low. Okay, we're gonna have to readjust that kickstand, but right now we're just testing the how low we went on the height of the bike. So I'm gonna lift this back over. Okay. Now, compared to what it was before, this is not super duper low, but I am able to kind of hold my front brake and put some weight on the ball of my foot. Same thing, cover my rear, put some weight on the ball of my foot. I would probably go a smidge lower, but the person that bought this bike, he's about 5'7", maybe 5'6", so I'm 5'1". I think for him would be, this is the perfect height. I wouldn't mind riding this bike like this, because with some boots on, I'll probably be a little bit higher off the ground, and this could work. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to adjust that kickstand so it comes out maybe about ½ an inch or an inch. That way the bike isn't sitting so awkward. And then we're gonna lower the front rake probably about another ½ inch, just so that the geometry is even on both ends. We want it about there. So if you come on this side, you look at the block is about an inch. So this is how much distance we want to extend the kickstand we just installed. About an inch. So we're gonna remove, there should be a Should be something around here to adjust it. I think it's this bolt right here. We take this bolt out, the Allen. When we remove that, this foot is going to extend downward, and then that'll allow this to sit on the floor. Okay, so to remove the Allen to adjust your kickstand, you're going to want to use a 4 Allen. Okay, there we go. So removing this little Allen, we're going to be able to extend this, I'm going to say about right around there. Put this back in. There we go. Okay, this should be enough. I just want to compare it to the stock one here. Yeah, so it's about this much difference. Before it was this high. That's too much. So this is good here. And actually, I'm just gonna put some Loctite on that as well, because I don't want that coming out ever. Okay, much better. Yeah, so now I can throw a leg over. I don't have to worry about like, this loaded about an inch. So yeah, about an inch, maybe an inch and a quarter or so over stock, because I was not able to touch the floor whatsoever before. And this, for a 5'6", 5'7" guy, this will be just right. So now what we're gonna do to adjust the geometry, we're gonna lower the front forks, or the front handlebars, and raise the forks this way. The one limitation that we have, which it's not really a problem for the amount we need to lower, which is about an inch max. But if we did need to lower more than an inch, it would be a problem, because this Öhlins stabilizer is fixed. It's built into the stem, the steering stem of the bike itself. So there's only so much that you can lower. You can lower this max, but you can't lower this all the way to the max. This is going to hit the bottom of your steering stabilizer. So we're gonna lower it just below the point that it hits, so that this is still functional and it's not gonna be interfering with the suspension. We're gonna have to take weight off the front of the bike, and to do that, you can use a triple tree pit bull or use a jack stand with a block. You would come on the other side, you would stand the bike up, get yourself a little wooden block, put it right underneath the kickstand. Then you're gonna go on the other side and you're gonna grab your jack, and we're gonna jack the bike up from the headers. So we're gonna put it right under here, right in the middle. And we're gonna go ahead and jack the bike up until that front wheel is in the air, right there. So now that we're free, there's absolutely no weight on the front suspension. Now we're free to go ahead and adjust the forks so that we can lower the rake in the front, so we have equal geometry. You're gonna have your micrometer handy. This is gonna measure exactly how much distance we have from the top of the triple tree to the top of the fork. And this is the tool that we're gonna use to make sure that we are accurate. We do not wanna be off by too much, if any, because it is your front suspension. So what we're gonna do is we're going to grab a ratchet and a 6mm Allen. I have a long one. This long one I'm only gonna be able to use for the top bolts. I have a T40 Torx as well, which is equivalent to an Allen. I broke my Allen 6 shorty, so this is gonna have to do. So on either side of the triple tree, we have this bolt right here. We're gonna loosen this one, and then we're also gonna loosen this one. And then also on the bottom down here, we're gonna have two more bolt, the Allens right here. One here and one here. It's equal on both sides. So get it to about where you want it and then tighten it up and then do the same thing to the other. Try to match it up to the other side. We're gonna work on the left side first. Reason being is because the wheel stabilizer has only so much room or clearance between the top of the fork and the bottom of the stabilizer. We're gonna raise this up until right before it meets the stabilizer. Okay, we don't wanna take it out all the way, just enough so that it slides up. That's one. The second one is in here. This it holds the clip on. Okay, that's also loose. Okay, and then we're gonna go to the bottom, loosen the bottom ones down here. The second one, crank that loose as well. So now that everything's cracked loose, I should be able to push the fork from the bottom and slide it upwards, just below here. So let's try that. I'm gonna get underneath and just go ahead and start pulling it. There we go. I'm gonna go on the other side and loosen the other 4 bolts because I can only go up so much on the fork. So I gotta loosen both sides to be able to equally adjust. We loosened both of them on both sides. Now we're gonna adjust upwards from the bottom of the bike. So take a look at the shock here, and we're gonna see if we can make it go up until the bottom of the clearance where this moves. Let's see if we can to keep it. I'm gonna go about right there. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, I need a. So while you hold, if I let go, it's gonna slide down. If you see, keep going down. So I'm gonna hold it up, hold it right around there. Make sure we have enough clearance. We do. We're good. I'm gonna go a little more. Okay, right there is where I want it. And I'm going to go ahead and tighten the bottom pinch bolt. Say about 1/2 inch or so. You could go a little lower. All right, we're gonna do the other side, match it up. Same deal. So now I'm gonna measure with our micrometer. Where is it at? We want it to match this one because this is the one we're gonna take measurements off of. So we're gonna put our micrometer on the top here, put it right here, and then we're gonna make this touch the bottom of it right there, and then we're gonna record what 18.32, back up a little bit. Okay, so we're at 18.32 millimeters. We should match it on this side as well. Okay, we're at 17.06. So we can go 1 more millimeter up here, which I'm gonna do now. 17.87 is where we're at here. 17.84. Okay, that is good enough. Now we're gonna tighten the pinch bolt on both sides, all the way down. Make sure that's accurate. We don't want that far off. At the very least, 1/10 of a millimeter, but not a whole millimeter. Now we're gonna tighten it up and then test the height. And that should be the end of that. We have lowered the bike, say about 1/2 inch in the front. Keep in mind, 5'1", no boots. That's where we're at with a ZX10 right now. Lift it over, and okay. All right, yeah, this is better. If you aren't satisfied with 1/2 inch, you can probably go a full inch. There's still quite a bit of room underneath this steering stabilizer, but this is good enough for, say, like a 5'7", 5'8" tall rider. That concludes today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. It takes a lot of work to edit these videos. Feel free to comment in the comment box below and let me know what other bikes you'd like me to lower. I'm gonna be working on an R1 next and then a BMW S1K, so stay tuned for that. If you wanna see any other videos related to motorcycles, feel free to click on one of these links. I'm not sure which was the video, in one of these, and then just subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.